episode of the AstoundCast, and of course, as always, I have Roxanne with me.
Hi, he can't get rid of me.
Hell no, and I wouldn't want to even if I could.
That's made my day.
I mean, to be fair, you're just as important to this channel as I am.
It's astounding, Cameron.
Yeah.
I left my laptop audio.
Like, let's be fair here.
Just came off with you again.
You make the videos what they are.
Right, we've got through the stuff anyway.
Anyway.
We've got through the staffy stuff already.
Oh yeah. So, how has your week been?
It's been pretty good, yeah. First week properly being... Wait, no, not first week properly. Yeah, no, first week properly being back at home. I couldn't clock that for a second. Because I saw you on Monday.
Yep.
You know, I got to meet everyone's favorite streamer and YouTube content creator, Astounding Cameron, just to get a pro controller and to make sure mental health was getting better. Good time.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's been an alright week. I came back today from getting an eye appointment, which I haven't had in 5 years.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so new glasses on the way. Hell yeah.
Hey.
Pretty good. How about your week then?
Honestly, pain riddled for the most part, and if I'm honest, the pain has been at its worst this week.
Oh dear.
Like, I was going around Sainsbury's on Tuesday, and frankly, the pain was getting towards a 7 out of 10.
Oh god, that's not good at all.
No, yeah, that is by far, by a country mile, that's the worst it's been. So yeah, on the pain end, and frankly, as a whole, because of that, the week hasn't been the truth be told.
I know some of the reasons why it's not been too good this week, but...
True. We'll leave those out of this.
Yeah, we'll leave those out of this for now. Well, not for now, just today.
If I'm honest, unfortunately. But hey, it happens. Can't win them all.
True, very true.
Anyway, moving on to this week's motorsports section.
Yep, let's move on over to that motorsports section.
Well, earlier on, in fact, just over an hour ago, was the 2023 British Grand Prix at Silverstone, and what a race!
Oh?
Time in quite a while that Max Verstappen didn't lead at the start of the race.
Oh, damn, that's tight. I did catch a little bit of the race, but I only got to about lap 8 before I was doing some...
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, from the beginning of the race until halfway through lap 5, Lando Norris led the entire way.
Come on, Lando.
Also overtaking Max Verstappen, but couldn't quite get the move done, unfortunately, and then Max Verstappen did the rest of the way. But then, quite early on in the race, Esteban Ocon, due to a, well, it wasn't an engine failure yet, but it was heading in.
Oh, damn.
And then about halfway through the race, roughly, Kevin Magnussen's car then burst into flames out of absolutely nowhere. And then towards the end of the race, there was a collision between Lance Stroll and Pierre Gasly, which put Gasly at as well, leading to a double DNF for Alpine, which, ouch. And then, of course, McLaren got their first podium at Silverstone for about 13 years. Could have been a double podium, but Lewis Hamilton was just a little bit too quick for Oscar Piastri at the end. But fair play to Oscar. He put up one hell of a fight through the race.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah, and this actually makes McLaren the 6th team this year to end up on the podium.
Wow.
There's only 4 teams left that haven't made it onto the podium this year. And who knows, that could happen.
Still all to play for.
Yeah, and I believe those 4 teams are AlphaTauri, definitely. Oh, God, who are the others? Alfa Romeo. I want to say Haas.
14.
Well, let's work on the teams that we do know. I mean, quite obviously, Red Bull's been on the podium every race. Then we've had Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, Aston Martin, Alpine, which leaves us with Haas, Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri, and Williams.
There we go.
And frankly, today, I do think on pure pace, Williams could have been on the podium. They have frankly been amazing all weekend. Like I said in my pre-race roundup that this weekend was heading towards a early 2000s flashback with McLaren, Williams, and Ferrari on the podium. I wasn't quite there, but I wasn't far off. Those 3 teams were absolute rocket ships this weekend. So I really can't wait for the next race, which I think is, I want to say, the Hungarian Grand Prix.
You've got time to check if you want to.
Yes, and I think I will. Give me a moment.
You should have all the moments. I've really picked an awkward place to start doing the beads today.
Right. Okay. Yep, the next race, next weekend. Oh no, not next weekend. The weekend after is the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Okay, so it's a bye week, and then it's going to be next one.
Yeah, and actually, while we're here, I'm just going to quickly go over the 2024 calendar, because that was released earlier this week. So this is the schedule for next season. As I said in the video, not perfectly regionalized, but not flipping far off. Right. Well, we start as we always do in Bahrain, and then we move on to Saudi Arabia, and then it's back to Australia, and then it's off to Japan, China, Miami, Imola, Monaco, Austria, UK, Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Monza specifically, Azerbaijan, Singapore, Texas, Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi.
Hasn't it been a while since China's been on that list?
So it's not perfect, but hasn't actually been raced at since 2019 because, of course, it was due to be done this year, but unfortunately the COVID restrictions were too strict still for F1 to really consider going back there this year. But it is on the calendar for next year because not long after that was decided, China did decide to relax their COVID restrictions. However, they didn't do it in time to reinstate the race. Yeah, like by the time China had decided that, it was too late.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I haven't heard China was on there for a while, so that was quite
yeah. And China is a good race, so I was gutted not to be there this year. Like, I was looking forward to the Chinese Grand Prix because it is a good race, but unfortunately, COVID struck again. Never thought I'd say those words again.
Oh well.
Yeah, next year should be the year. And next year we are on for a 24 race calendar like we were supposed to have this year. But then, of course, China got cancelled, and then so did Imola.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame, but hey, it happens. But yeah, next year should be the year. And, well, and we've started hearing some drivers' opinions on the 2026 car regulations.
All right.
And I say drivers' opinions, I mean Max Verstappen. And frankly, putting it very bluntly, he is not a fan.
Oh really?
Yeah, he straight up said they look terrible.
Oh no.
Now, that can be taken one of two ways. Does that mean terrible in general, or the one that a lot of fans are leaning towards, terrible for him?
Ooh, that's something to consider.
Because we do know that when things don't go Max Verstappen's way, he tends to get very critical over what specifically isn't going his way.
I see.
Which is leading a lot of fans to speculate that, okay, these regulations might actually be good, but horrific for Red Bull.
To be fair, that's kind of a funny way of working out if something's good. If Red Bull doesn't like it, then hey, yeah, we'll keep it.
Well, no, not even that, really. It's just more of a case of, is Max Verstappen saying it's terrible in general, or is it terrible for him?
We'll find out.
Like, we'll have to wait to hear some other drivers' opinions on that, because if, the 19 other drivers say they look absolutely fantastic, then we get our answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's race was pretty interesting. Obviously gutted for Gasly, Ocon, and Magnussen, because those were just horrific DNFs. Especially Magnussen's, because his car just went up in flames for no reason.
Yeah, you could have. In that case, you could have toasted a s'more on it.
Oh yeah, it went up, but yeah, Ocon's I was really sad about because his engine hadn't even actually failed yet, but it was going to. Yeah, so yeah, the race overall, it was pretty good, I can't lie. Obviously very happy to see two Brits on the podium for the first time since 1999, and I believe that was Eddie Irvine and David Coulthard back in the day. Which is pretty cool. Of course, today Red Bull has equalled McLaren's record for most consecutive wins in a row, and that is 11. And then there's also McLaren hadn't started on the front row at Silverstone since 2008 with Heikki Kovalainen until today. There was a lot of records today.
So many records.
Williams is so Williams had a really good race. Beyond that, and there was a really wholesome interview post race with Oscar Piastri and Alex Albon, both of course McLaren and Williams, and they just looked at each other and said, "What the hell happened to our cars this weekend?" Like Oscar straight up said, "I feel like we've gone into an alternate universe right now. This feels wrong." And Alex said, "Yeah, it feels weird, Oscar. I don't know what the hell's happened." Because even Oscar said, I think we need to reverse engineer what we did with our cars today and see if we can carry that forward. And Alex said, yeah, because this was very strange.
That's actually quite sweet,
Like,
but also still really sad for both of them.
Oh yeah, but they were just both flabbergasted because they literally just said, "What the hell happened to our cars?" Like, they were quick. Because they are absolutely not used to these speeds in those cars. Like, the McLaren and the Williams, as a whole, pretty slow. But this weekend, they were like, well, they were insane, frankly. I don't know what's happened to them.
They have the right kind of juice.
Yeah, something must have happened to them. But yeah, overall, pretty good race, and I can't wait for Hungary in 2 weeks' time. Now, onto this week's entertainment section. Unfortunately, I've only got one thing for this, but it is a pretty big thing.
All right.
Well, actually, I've got two things because I just remember the other thing. But they're both linked to the same thing, so we'll call it one and a half things.
Just tell me the things.
Yeah. Right. The developers at 343 Industries, who are the developers of Halo, specifically the team devoted to the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 3, and Halo 4, are doing something very exciting very soon.
All right.
And specifically, they have found some old hard drives from the Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2 days.
Oh, damn.
And they have found some unused assets from the games, and they're putting them in.
Oh, that is like a dream come true. If it's
Yep.
good, especially.
Like, they're putting in... This is going to be for multiplayer, really, but they're putting in a ton of new maps. Well, a ton of maps that were never used, I should say, from Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, as well as a ton of vehicles from Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, including a smaller version of the Mongoose, which is the smallest UNSC vehicle, and I love the name, it's called the Piglet.
Aw.
It's literally just a one-man buggy. It's basically a quad bike.
It's a mongoose now.
Yeah, so this one's going to be called the Piglet, and it is really, 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 really small. And we have some enemies that weren't used in the original games that are being brought in now.
Oh, damn.
Like, and I can't remember when this is coming, but I believe it's coming soon. So, if anyone is into creating maps on the Forge, or if they're into creating multiplayer maps, get ready, because we're gonna have some new stuff. Well, no, some stuff that was never used that's being brought in.
Still really cool all the same.
Yeah, like, I'll send you the video later, because there is a load of stuff being added from, like, literally, they just found some hard drives from the Combat Evolved and Halo 2 days, and they were just like, oh my god, that is a load of unused stuff. That was, frankly, a lot of it was nearly done.
It's probably because of time limits. That's why they ended up cutting it.
Yeah, and the developers have just said, you know what, screw it. We're throwing them in.
As they should, if it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there's loads of stuff. And the other Halo thing I was going to mention, I've finished Halo 5.
Yeah, oh, finally.
Yep. Took me a while, but I've got there in the end. I've got to say, unfortunately, I would have to put it at the weakest entry in the Halo series for me so far.
Alright.
Don't get me wrong, it was good, but it definitely needed a bit more room to breathe, because, well, frankly, the whole thing of Master Chief going on the run to look for Cortana kind of came out of nowhere. Granted, it wasn't unexpected, but Chief literally just decided mid-mission, you know what, screw this, I'm just going to go look for Cortana. Seemed a bit random. And then the other Spartan squad, who was sent out to kind of, arrest Chief for going on leave without absence, and then they were introduced, and they were pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Really cool set of characters, and there was one returning character, which I was really happy about.
Oh.
And it was the leader of the ODST squad from Halo ODST, Edward Buck, played by Nathan Fillion. of Firefly fame.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and actually, his partner from that game was reintroduced as well, Sarah Palmer, and they've both become Spartans now. They've graduated from ODSTs, who seemingly no longer exist. Like it seems that a section of the army has disappeared after the Covenant War,
Alright.
which honestly is pretty cool. I'm glad to see they've become Spartans because yeah, they earned it on Earth in Halo ODST. Yeah, pretty good game. Unfortunately, I would have to call it the weakest entry out of the lot. But it is by no means a bad game. I will say that it's brilliant.
Well, as long
And
as you like it.
oh yeah, and I will say Cortana's evil turn, because she does turn evil in this game quite badly. That seems to come a bit out of left field as well. I don't know how to feel about that really. But I will say I am now about halfway through Halo Infinite as well.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not going to confirm this because I know how that's gone in the past, but it is very possible that I could have Halo Infinite done by next weekend.
So what you're saying is, do not put it into my diary right now.
Please, God, no.
I need to put something on my diary anyway, but I'm not going to put that.
That's fair. Because if this week shunt pains are anything to go by, oh God.
Well, they were menaces too. I am still so sorry about that.
What can you do?
Murder them?
But honestly, yeah. So I might have Halo Infinite finished next weekend. I can't promise, but I'm hoping. And I've got to be honest, I'm really enjoying Halo Infinite so far. It's a very different type of game to what the Halo series has been so far. Like so far, we've discovered that the UNSC Infinity, which has been the ship that you've been on since Halo 4, has been destroyed, right?
Right.
And has landed on another Halo ring. And this is the first time we've actually encountered a ring since Halo 3.
Oh.
And the crew of the Infinity, as well as all the Marines and all the other UNSC crew, are spread across this ring. And your job as the chief is to kind of find them all and rescue them. And along the way, capture some forward operating bases to kind of, gain a UNSC foothold on this ring to kind of push back the Banished, which are a splinter from the Covenant who have cropped up. So I think the best way to describe Halo Infinite would be a survival exploration action game.
Okay. That.
Yeah, it's very weird, but frankly, it's working. I've got to be honest. 7 games in, I was getting a little bit tired of the old, go from one mission to another, do the thing, do it again, game finished.
Yeah.
The formula definitely needed a bit of a refresh.
And it has.
Yeah, and it has been a massive change of pace and a really welcome one, I've got to be honest. I'm absolutely loving it so far. I think I'm on mission 9, so I'm not far off done, truth be told. I think I've got 6 left, so I should, in theory, have it done by next weekend. I will keep you updated, though. But yeah, I've got to say, really enjoying it so far. But then, once I finish the story, I'm moving to multiplayer, so I can unlock the the Heroes of Reach, Battle Pass, and recreate Noble 6. If it's the last thing I do, I will bring that man out of his cave on Reach and pull him back into service.
And I very much implore you to do that, and you have to show me when you do.
Oh, I will. And I will show you a comparison of my Noble 6 from Halo Reach and the Noble 6 from Halo Infinite.
Nice. All I look forward to in life.
And there's a very nice touch I'm thinking of putting in, and it specifically pertains to the assault rifle. Because in Halo Reach, when George gets killed, he gives you his dog tags, and in the game, you can add a set of dog tags to your rifle.
Aw.
So I'm headcanoning it. If I do it, they're going to be George's.
Oh, that's actually quite cute.
Yeah, but I've only got a few things left to get for his for Noble Six's armor. I've only got to get the Noble visor for his helmet, the chest attachment with the knife on, of course the Noble Six the Noble Team insignia for his chest, and the dog tags aren't too much of a big thing, but if I can get them, I will. So really, I've not got much to get to recreate Noble Six. His armor is perfect. Like, when I first saw it, I was taken aback a bit because I thought, whoa, that's just Noble Six. But then I had a closer look and I thought, okay, not quite, but it can work. And then I saw the Heroes of Reach Battle Pass and I thought, okay, I can do this.
You got this. I believe in you.
But my main aim for now is finish the story mode and mop up as much as I can of the side quests.
Yeah.
But of course, as I did say a few weeks ago, once I have finished all the games, story mode wise, I will be doing one video per week, talking about my full thoughts on each game, and then on the last week, I will do a full ranking of each game.
And I shall be waiting patiently for those videos so I can edit them.
And I'm going to do them record them on Fridays for Saturdays.
Okay.
So as soon as I've finished Halo Infinite, the following Friday, I'll be recording each. So I'll be starting with Reach, and then Combat Evolved, and then Halo 2, and then Halo 3 ODST, Halo 3 itself, Halo 4, Halo 5, and then Halo Infinite. And then I'll be doing one video ranking each of them.
Right.
And yes, that will take me 9 weeks.
Well, we've got consistency for 9 weeks, which I am very happy about.
As am I.
Although if you record them earlier, I can just like upload them and release them on the Fridays for you, so you can sort them out Saturday.
True, I'll see how it goes. But
And
yeah, that like as soon as Halo Infinite's finished, I will be recording the first video the following Friday, which will be on Halo Reach, as I said. And then I'll be doing Combat Evolved 2, 3 ODST, 3, 4, 5, and Infinite.
Be prepared. If I hear too many ums and ahs, I am going back to you and telling you redo it.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Because I've done that to you before.
Also true. But yeah, I'm very close to finishing Infinite. It should be next weekend.
You have until I get my new pair of glasses. Also next weekend.
Oh damn. Good timing.
Yeah, had my eye test today. Next week Sunday I get my new glasses.
Nice.
I'll flex what they look like on stream, but I'm not gonna put my face on them.
Sounds good to me. Right, and unfortunately, that's all I have for this week's entertainment section. So, is there anything else you would like to talk about tonight?
I just want to know, because the last time I heard you talk about it was Monday, and I did mention it in my Astounding Notcast this week. How is your new Pro controller?
Bear with me. It is without. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. Is that it? Bear with me a minute.
You've lost it already, have you?
Nope, got it.
Good. You're not going to freak out to get another one.
Whew. That was fun. But yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
I've got to say, it is damn good.
What have you been playing with
Like,
it?
well, so far, I'll admit, haven't been on my Switch too much this week because, of course, I've been playing a lot of Halo to try and catch up a little bit. But so far, I've given it a go on Mario Kart on the Mushroom Cup. So I've done the first 4 races, well, all 4 races of that, and I've got to say, it's really good.
That's good.
Like, it's a bit of a hybrid of some of my favorite game controllers. Like, and it's all the best bits. Like, the handles, kind of a hybrid of modern PlayStation and PlayStation 1 handles, because they feel very similar, but also pretty thin, like the old PlayStation 1 controllers. The button layout is pretty similar to that of Xbox. It's got offset analog sticks, so like one up here, one down here. Of course, it uses a pretty similar 4-button pattern to Xbox, with the only difference being that the B button and A button have been switched, which has, frankly, caused me a bit of chaos on Xbox. Like on here, the A button is where the B button is on Xbox, so that's thrown me off a bit. And I would say I only have two real complaints about it.
Uh-huh.
One's more of an aesthetics thing, one more of a how it feels thing. The aesthetics thing is I've never been a fan of transparent panels on controllers,
Uh-huh.
and most of this controller is slightly transparent. I'm leaning a little towards translucent, but it's a bit weird. It's kind of in between the two. And the other thing that I've got a slight complaint about is the triggers at the back. They're very clicky. Like, when it comes to triggers, I prefer ones that you can like press down on and hold to certain pressure levels, but these ones are just click.
Like, yeah.
So those are the only two minor issues I have with this. Other than that, it's really damn good. And I will say that it feels very well built.
I'm very glad to hear that because that was the first thing we ended up getting when we ended up meeting up on Monday.
Yeah, because we were heading in the direction of game anyway, so I thought, might as well.
Yeah. One sec, I'll go get what the other one was for you, just so people can compare.
Yeah. This was one that I originally bought, but had to give to Roxanne because I got the Switch Lite, and the Switch Lite doesn't take wired controllers, which I didn't find out until I came home.
Because he is a goofy guy. Anyway, give me a second. Anyway, yeah. So this is what he ended up getting.
Originally.
Let me just unwind it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of wire. Well, yeah, this is what he originally got.
Yeah.
Good wire. Plug-ins for headphones. So, oh, Cam.
Yeah.
Remember when we were just like, hey, why is there an extra button down here and these? These two are probably to map. That is probably push to talk or something.
Ah, okay.
That'll be for like headphones or like something else. So
Like, if you look at them, they're very similar design-wise. Like, they're almost identical.
well, they're very close. You can push these down like you usually would. Buttons.
Same with these.
Push as well. Triggers. You have to just get used to these sort of triggers, to be fair.
Yeah. And the only difference, really, is the weight. Like, this thing is a lot heftier than that one because this has all the bells and whistles. Doesn't really have any of them.
Well, yeah, because
Like,
you're just plugging this one in. That one has to be wireless.
yeah, because this one has Rumble, NFC reader for Amiibo. motion controls as well, but that one doesn't.
It's just, hey, you want to play games? Play games.
Like, so this one feels a lot weightier. That one does feel very light, but by no means cheap. Like, it does feel well built, just a lot lighter than this one.
It feels really light, to be fair. Like, I could whack this over somebody's head and it wouldn't dent them. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. No. And I definitely don't want to be the test subject.
You're never going to be the test subject. I wouldn't commit violence against you, good sir.
I know.
Somebody else might, but I would not.
Correct. But yeah, I've got to say, this is. Where would I rank this on my current controllers? Because right now I've got 4. I've got my PS5 controller. I've got my standard Xbox Series S controller. I've got the Turtle Beach Recon, which I bought in place of the Xbox Series S controller because I wasn't a big fan. And I've got this.
Give me a controller ranking.
Well, as you probably guessed by what I've just said, the Xbox Series S is at the bottom. Well, how would I rank? The other 3 are very, very difficult because they all have their very big cons. No, very big pros. And
They're very big cons.
hold on a minute.
Uh-huh.
I could get a video out of this.
No, we're doing it now.
In that case,
there are only certain things we can pull off, and having for you to rank 4 controllers is not one of them. It is a good attempt, but it's not one of them.
yeah, fair. That's very fair. But where would I rank the other 3? Like, like the PS5. The big draw with that thing is it has adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
So depending on what's happening in the game, you will get differing pressure levels on the triggers.
Oh, no, that's kind of clever, actually.
Yeah, so say if you're in a racing game and you're trying to brake while still on the throttle, the brake trigger will have a bit of pressure to it.
Ooh, oh, that is really cool.
And if you're sliding in a car, the throttle pedal will have a bit of resistance to it as well.
I like the realism. The issue is, if I'm in a life and death situation and I'm about to rage it again, the last thing I want is for it to give me resistance.
Oh, it's nothing major. It's just a little bit of... You've got to put a tiny bit more effort into it. It's nothing major.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to sprain your finger trying to push it down.
It's like how in certain games for the PS4, depending on what sort of colors you choose for certain things, it ends up changing the little light on the front of it to that color.
And that is back on the PS5.
Ooh, even better.
And it looks a bit sleeker now. It's a lot more embedded into the controller than it was on the PS4.
Nice.
But as for the Turtle Beach controller, that has one very big up of cooling grips on the hand.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so there's little channels along the grips that keeps your hands cool, which is a very big plus. And because it's a Turtle Beach controller, it has volume controls for your games and your voice chat if you have headphones in.
Oh, that is slick.
Yeah. And then, of course, this thing has, as I said, an NFC reader for Amiibo, of which I currently don't have any. Of course, the HD Rumble, but that comes... that's one thing that all of those controllers have. And, of course, the main plus with this thing is the motion controls.
Yeah.
So, I really don't know how I would rank the other three, because I know the standard Xbox controller is at the bottom. Like, that's pretty simple, easy. But the other three, realistically, could go in any given order.
Let's go with if you're struggling to rate them just as they are, if you were playing the same game for them, if you were playing like a racing game for all three, and you need certain controls for that, which controller would you most likely go for?
Hmm.
Generic Racing Sim 2023, the best racing sim on Earth, and you have that is on any platform. Generico, we're calling it Generico Race. So
You know what? Why the hell not?
Generico Racing can be played on any platform, so you're able to use any controller possible. If you were to play Generico Racing with the features you have just mentioned, which controller would you most likely go for? To least likely go for in that situation? Because again,
Which I'd least likely, which least likely I'd go for.
Most like least likely to most likely, if you were going to go for
Okay.
Generico Racing.
As much as I've picked this up, it's gonna have to be this one for least likely. And then depending on how I'm feeling, if I want to go for realism, PS5 definitely. But for ease of use, especially factoring in the cooling grips, definitely the Xbox Turtle Beach controller. Because in Forza Horizon 5, there are like at the end of each festival stage, you have big races to end that stage. So you have races that can go up to 20 minutes.
Oh, damn.
Which is obviously quite a long stint. And compared to the rest of the game, which is like maybe 3 laps per race, so that you're in essence doing like 4 or 5 races in one. So for ease of use and longevity, I would have to give it to the Xbox, because I couldn't pull that sort of stint using my other controllers.
There we go. We've now ranked your controllers, thanks to Generico
Yep.
Racing.
Oh god, someone's gonna end up coding that now.
I hope so. I'd play that. I don't like racing games that much, but I would play that.
Has every car in the world available.
Has any racing track in the world available, including fictional ones like in Mario Kart.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, if anyone ever does make this, please make it available on all platforms.
Platforms, as many characters as you can fit in from any other racing game.
And you know what? Let's extend it from other platforms. Every version of every platform.
Ooh.
Like, I want to be able to play this on the Xbox 360 and the PS5.
But also make it so that depending on which one you play, the characters on there, if you can access certain games through that console, you get
Yes.
the perks with certain characters. Like, for example, if you're playing, I think there was a Garfield racing game. I don't remember what platform that came out on, but for that platform, Garfield gets a bit of a boost or something.
Yes.
Make reboots
Like,
of it for old consoles like the SNES or the N64.
oh god, we've just done the multiverse thing again.
Yes, but I'm liking this multiverse with Generico Racing.
I was gonna say, you can't blame me for this one.
I'm fully taking this opportunity to make my own, because if I can't beat him, I might as well join him.
Yeah. Like, imagine having Max Verstappen versus Mario.
That would be awesome.
Can you imagine Max's reaction if he gets blue shelled?
Bring him to voice his own character.
Yes.
Any
Honestly,
bring them
This
in.
this would be amazing.
Wait. Something slightly better.
Go on.
For Mario, Bowser, Luigi, Peach, Toad, make them have unlockable voices, so then they can have the voices from both original and then from the film.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
As long as Bowser car. You have to unlock it through like story mode.
Yeah, like you can go from "It's a me, a Mario, Yahoo!" to "It's a me, a Mario."
And then you could also
And of course,
like, places from the film too as a racing car, as a race place.
like I'm just imagining a Mario Kart race at Silverstone.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Lewis Hamilton versus Bowser.
Or an F1 race on Mario Kart Stadium. How would that work?
It just would.
Like the section of the track that goes sideways would be damn interesting. And then of course you got them like, okay, that would be a good downforce test for the cars, because supposedly F1 cars produce that much downforce that you could, if you took them in a tunnel and stuck them on the roof, they would stick to the roof.
Oh my.
So that would be a good test to see if that's true. But where the cars would get absolutely ruined is the jump towards the end of the track.
Oh, definitely.
Like no one would finish because the cars would just explode. Unless they added the gliders. And I now want to see an F1 car with a Mario Kart glider.
Oh my goodness.
What have we done?
We've done something great. Think of all the Forza cars we can force Donkey Kong to drive in.
I know! I mean, okay, Donkey Kong pulls up in a Ford Mustang. Everyone would just run.
How many bananas did it take to afford one?
Wait, oh no, here's a question. Here's a question. If the Mario Kart characters could choose a car brand, what car brand would they go with?
Ooh. I'll take, but because of the banana I've just mentioned, Donkey Kong would go for a Range Rover.
I can see that actually, yeah.
Mario, Toyota, basic. Luigi? Why do I feel like he'd be a Mini Cooper? No, the Koopa Troopers would have a Mini Cooper.
Yes!
And Luigi Ford Mustang, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Peach would have like a sports car or something. She would have like so much speed.
Okay.
Bowser. I don't know for Bowser. For some reason, I want to say unicycle, but I know that's not a good answer because that's not a car.
No, but Jesus, I would love to see that.
Bowser on a unicycle. Yep, don't we all?
Um,
You need something like big and beefy.
I've got my own takes here.
Go for it.
Right. And I'm going to put out specific cars here.
Please do.
Right. Donkey Kong. I'm going to say, frankly, one of my favourite cars in Forza Horizon 5. The 2020 Land Rover Defender.
Damn. Ooh.
Now, Now, for Mario and Luigi, you're probably going to say, for God's sake, Cam, why?
I'm readying it up.
Mario? Ferrari F40.
No, I can see that. I can see for Mario.
As for Luigi, I'm going to go completely off the wall here and say a Lamborghini Aventador.
Okay, that one, why?
2 words. No, 1 word, actually.
Yep.
Italia.
You know what, valid?
Lamborghini and Ferrari, the pride of Italy. Also the pride of Italy, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like you'd have the Ghostbusters truck.
Okay, that's fair. Right. Moving on to the Koopa Troopers. Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with the Mini Coopers. Yeah, the original Mini Coopers, the 65.
Oh,
I can vibe with that very heavily. Now, as for Peach, oh my god! Very recently, there were 2 cars added to the game for the Barbie movie.
oh my gosh, yes, that's a thing.
There was a Hummer, an electric Hummer added to the game, and the one that I'm going to go for Peach. The bright pink electric as well. 1953 Chevrolet Corvette.
Ooh.
Haven't tried them yet, but I have got them. I'm going to try them eventually because what the hell.
You gotta tell me. You gotta look fabulous while doing that, my queer sir.
Oh yeah. As for Bowser, oh, right. No, I've got it. I've got Bowser.
Uh-huh.
The FIA registered Mercedes racing truck.
Oh my god!
It's
Yeah.
huge and it is powerful. I drove it for the first time in a race yesterday. Holy hell.
Please specify that that was in a game rather than real life.
That's the thing. It's both.
What?
Yeah, there is an FIA racing truck series.
No, I meant, did you drive it in real life?
I wish. But alas, I can't drive anything, so niet.
For legal reasons.
I am very afraid not. But honestly, yeah, so that would be my pick for Bowser. Who am I missing? We forgot somebody. Correction, we forgot 2 somebodies.
We forgot plenty of somebodies, but go for it.
Wario and Waluigi.
I thought you were gonna say Toad for a second, but to be fair, my Lord and Savior Waluigi does need a car, and I want him to have only the best.
I'll come back to Toad in a minute. Wario, I'm gonna have to give him, admittedly, a bright yellow 1953 Mercedes Mercedes CL300, also known as the Mercedes Gullwing.
Ooh, okay.
And then for Waluigi, I'm going to be giving him a very bright purple 1950 Chevrolet Bel Air.
Okay, no, I can live with that for my Lord and Savior.
And as for Toad, what would I put him in? Oh no, I know. The Peel P50. AKA the car that Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear once drove through the BBC television studios.
You know what, Valid? I was gonna my answer would have been for Toad.
Go on.
Okay, so you remember those like children ones, like those fake ones with the red on the bottom and the yellow on the
Oh
top?
my god, no. Oh my god.
I would have just given him one of them.
You didn't even give man an engine.
Man don't need an engine. He's got screaming power.
I guess, but that's not going to get him very far.
Depends on if he makes his own modifications.
True. I mean, granted, I gave him a little tiny engine that could barely pull itself, but still, I gave him one.
He can power himself. Toads are stronger than you think.
Yeah, true.
Look, better than giving
Yeah.
them they don't have hands.
As for all my main characters, that's what I would give each character.
No, I respect most of them decisions.
What would you disagree with?
Again, it was like the Luigi thing, but I do see your reasoning for it.
Yeah.
Still give him like.
And to be fair, it would kind of make sense for Luigi. Like, him having a car that would suit him wouldn't suit him.
True. Then again, he does own a mansion.
Mm-hmm. And let's face it, you would expect for Luigi to go something like you said, which is exactly what he wouldn't do.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like in the Mario movie when Toad pulled up in that massive monster truck cart,
Oh yeah.
which is now making me rethink my choice for Toad.
No. We're either leaving it like that or we're giving him no engine at all.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we've just done what if Mario Kart ended up in real life. I can't lie, that would be very interesting.
Well, to be fair, there are people who have just replicated that with like little go-karts.
True, but could you imagine all those cars? Like, oh my god.
I'd watch that.
And I should like to say that all those cars that I mentioned will have themed liveries on them.
They would have themed liveries. Oh my god.
So Luigi would have a Luigi-styled Aventador. Mario would have a Mario-styled F40, and so on and so on. That would be amazing. Oh my god, have you seen the time?
Holy hell! I didn't even realize we were talking about cars for that long.
Same. What were you saying then, briefly?
Remember, this isn't just the Mario Kart meets like Formula One. This is every single racing game imaginable in one game. So there's like Hello Kitty racing, Garfield racing,
Oh,
iSims racing, Forza, like the official F1 stuff. There's so many more racing games.
yeah. This. Oh god, if someone ever makes this, I salute you.
Hello Kitty versus Bowser. That's what I need to see.
Yeah, same. Anyway, should we wrap this one up here?
Yeah, let's put a nice little bow on it.
Right, yo then, guys. Thank you all for joining me and Roxanne on this really insane 90-second AstoundCast. I don't know how this went as far off the rails as it did, but hey, it did.
We love to see it.
Oh, same, definitely. But if you've liked this, please give the stream a thumbs up and like and subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link's in the description. My button is down there below the video title, and if you click the video title, you'll then head into the description, at which point you'll see my social medias, which will contain my Facebook, Twitter, and all that sort of stuff. And of course, if you go below that, you'll see Roxanne's YouTube and her website. Please comment as well, because why not? And let me know what you thought of the stream and which Mario character would have which car in real life, because I'm very curious now. Once you've done that too, please share this video with all your friends. They join the Infinite Loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing. And I'll see you all tomorrow with another YouTube video, and next weekend with another stream. But I'm guessing we have a fun fact for the weekend.
Yes, which would be because we talked about my Lord and Savior very early. Waluigi's first game was for the Nintendo 64, which was Mario Tennis, and that was in 2000. So, our man is currently, if we were going off his debut, our man is currently 23.
Not bad.
Waluigi is 1 year older than us. 2-1.
Oh my god.
He's legal, guys.
And on that fact that makes me feel really old, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow on the YouTube video. And next weekend, with another stream, of course. Bye, everyone!